Honey, who is this mad woman here?
So this is where you live all these years?
You left me after everything I have done for you.
I killed my babies for you. I will never forgive you. I curse you today, Michelle. You will never have a baby.
I'm sorry. Forgive me, please.
The rain was falling slowly that evening, not heavy, not light, just enough to make the ground cold and sad. Chica stood at the front of the beautiful apartment, her legs shaking, her body weak, her eyes red from crying. Her wrapper was old and dusty from the long journey. Her slippers were worn out. Her face showed hunger, pain, and long waiting. She lifted her eyes and looked at Michiel. Michiel, she called his name with a broken voice. Michiel froze, his heart jumped, his body refused to move. Standing behind him was Sarah, his wife, her big pregnant stomach pushing forward. Sarah placed one hand on her stomach and held the door with the other hand. She did not understand what was happening yet, but she could feel danger in the air. Chica's tears dropped freely. She laughed suddenly, a dry, painful laugh. "So this is where you live now," she said. "This big house, this fine place, while I was suffering in the village." Michiel could not speak. His mouth was dry. His eyes refused to meet hers. Chica stepped forward. "I waited for you," she cried. "I waited 2 years. I sold banana every day. I fed your dreams with my sweat. I gave you food when you had nothing. I gave you money when I had none. I even killed my own children for you." Sarah gasped. What did she say? Chica turned to Sarah and laughed again, tears running down her cheeks. "Yes, I killed them, 4 times, 4 pregnancies, all for Michiel, because he said we were not ready, because he said he was going to the city to make money and come back for me." She turned back to Michiel, her voice shaking with anger and pain. "You promised me marriage, you promised me love, you promised me home." Michiel finally spoke. "Chica, I did not plan it this way." She raised her hand and stopped him. "Don't talk," she shouted. "I don't want to hear your lies." She lifted her 2 hands to the sky. "As I am crying today," she screamed, "you will never hear the cry of a baby in your house. You will never carry your child. The womb that is carrying now will carry sorrow. You will beg, but heaven will be silent." Sarah screamed. Michiel fell to his knees. Chica turned and walked away, her tears mixing with the rain. That was the day everything died. Stay, let me take you back on the journey how everything began, what led to the curse. Stay as I work you through, and please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Long before that day, Chica was just a simple village girl. She lived in Dondo village with her mother, Mama Chica. Her father died before she could even remember his face. Life was hard. Every morning before the sun rose, Chica and her mother would carry bananas on their heads to the village market. Mama Chica was a strong woman, but age and suffering had bent her back. Chica was her only child. They survived by selling banana, nothing more. Chica was beautiful, not with city beauty, but village beauty. Her smile was soft, her heart was kind. Michiel was different. He had no parents, no brothers, no sisters. He lived alone in a small mud house at the edge of the village. He was tall, handsome, with a strong body from farm work and carrying loads for people. Sometimes he went to sleep hungry. Sometimes he slept under the moon. Chica noticed him one day when he came to buy banana but had no money. She gave him 2 bananas for free. That was how love started. From that day, Chica became his helper. She brought him food. She shared money with him. Mama Chica warned her many times. "My daughter," Mama Chica would say, "love is good, but hunger is wicked." But Chica did not listen. Michiel loved her too. He protected her. He carried her bananas. he stood by her side. At night, they would sit under the mango tree and talk about the future. One day, Mitchell would say, "I will build a house for you." One day, Chica would smile, "I will cook for you every morning." They promised marriage when money comes. But money did not come. Hunger came instead. So Mitchell decided to travel to the city. Chica cried. "Don't leave me," she begged. "This village is empty without you." "I will come back," Mitchell promised. "I swear, once I make money, I will marry you." Chica believed him. That was her biggest mistake. City life was wicked. Mitchell slept on streets, he carried water, he begged for small jobs. Hunger became his best friend. Every time he saw a big jeep pass, he would stop and greet politely. One man noticed him. Mr. Benjamin, a rich man with a calm heart. One night, Mr. Benjamin saw Mitchell weak under a streetlight. He stopped. "Why are you suffering like this?" he asked. Mitchell told him everything. Mr. Benjamin took him home. That night, Mitchell saw heaven on earth. Big house, clean floor, soft bed. Mr. Benjamin's wife, Mrs. Benjamin, welcomed him. Their only daughter, Sarah, smiled at him. Mitchell became a cleaner, then a worker, then a trusted man. Mr. Benjamin loved his loyalty. He gave him work in his juice company. Money came fast. Car came. Apartment came. Then condition came. "You will marry my daughter," Mr. Benjamin said. Mitchell did not sleep that night. But fear is stronger than promise. He married Sarah. He forgot Chica. Chica waited. 2 years. No message. No money. Only tears. When she heard Mitchell was rich, she traveled and met her death alive. The curse followed them. Sarah lost the pregnancy. Again and again. Doctors failed. Prayers failed. Hospitals rejected them. Years passed. No child. Silence filled the big house. Mitchell remembered Chica's words. Fear entered his bones. They returned to the village. To Dondo village. To Chica. They found Mama Chica first. "She no day talk again," Mama Chica said. "Pain don dry her tears." Chica came out slowly. Thin. Quiet. Broken. Mitchell and Sarah knelt down. "We are sorry," they cried. Chica looked at them. Her face showed nothing. Mama Chica cried. The wind was silent. Chica did not speak. Mitchell and Sarah stayed on their knees in front of Chica for hours, begging, crying, shaking. Mitchell's hands were raw from holding onto Chica's feet. Sarah's eyes were swollen and red from crying. The village wind blew over them and the sun was slowly setting. The orange light touched Chica's face, but she did not flinch, she did not cry, she did not speak. Mama Chica only shook her head, silent, watching years of pain and betrayal meet their final confrontation. Chica had waited, she had cried, she had suffered, and now she refused to forgive. Her heart was like stone, hardened by hunger, pain, and the loss of 4 unborn children. Her love had been pure once, but it had been trampled on. No amount of tears, no amount of pleading from Mitchell or Sarah could soften it. "You have come to me too late," Chica said finally, her voice quiet but strong, cutting through the air. "You have destroyed everything you promised me. You thought money could erase your sins, but it cannot. You will go back to your city, and you will know sorrow. You will know emptiness. You will never hold your children. You will never hear the laughter of a baby. Never. Remember this day." Mitchell hung his head. His heart pounded. His mind could not process the words. Sarah clung to him, tears falling silently. They left the village quietly, not daring to look back. But the curse of Chica's words had already begun. Back in the city, life seemed golden at first. Mitchell's apartment was shiny, filled with furniture, the car was new, and the company paid handsomely. But soon, the shadow of the curse began to touch them. Sarah became pregnant. For a moment, hope returned to Mitchell's heart. He imagined the laughter of a child in the house, the little feet running on the marble floors, the cries of joy and sorrow mixing. But when the time came, the baby died at birth. Doctors were baffled. Sarah cried day and night. Mitchell could not speak. His pride and money were useless against the emptiness of loss. Sarah's health suffered. The miscarriages came one after another. Each time hope rose and fell only to be crushed. Mitchell tried everything, doctors, prayers, sacrifices, every kind of remedy, but nothing worked. The house that was once a palace of joy became a prison of grief. After years of suffering, Sarah could not bear the pain anymore. She packed her things quietly one morning and left Mitchell's house without a word. She went back to her parents' village, never to return. Mitchell was left alone in the big apartment, surrounded by wealth but drowning in loneliness. The silence of the house was heavy. The rooms were full of furniture, but empty of life. No laughter, no baby cries, nothing but the echo of his mistakes. Mitchell thought of Chica constantly, her face, her tears, her words. The curse was real. Every night he prayed for forgiveness, but it never came. He tried to travel back to the village once more, hopping to beg, to plead, to change the past. Chica received them that second time, but this time her heart softened a little. "I forgive you," she said, her voice calm but not warm. "I forgive you, but your suffering is yours to bear. You cannot undo what you have done. You have lost your children, your wife, and your joy. You will see happiness pass but never stay. Remember this." Mitchell and Sarah returned to the city with a strange relief. They had forgiveness, yes, but nothing else. The curse still lingered. Sarah tried again to carry a child, but loss followed her. Every pregnancy ended in heartbreak. Hope became a stranger. The house that Mitchell had dreamed of as a palace of family became a mausoleum of broken dreams. Eventually, Sarah divorced Mitchell. She could not bear the pain anymore, and she needed to live her own life free of sorrow. Mitchell was left completely alone. His money remained, his car remained, his apartment remained, but there was no wife to call his own, no children to run to him, no laughter in the house. He grew old alone. His body became weak, his back bent, his once handsome face lined with regret. Every corner of the house reminded him of what he had lost. Every photograph reminded him of the life he could have had with Chica. He tried to travel back to the village again, but Chica had moved on. Her life continued quietly, strong, and full of purpose. She had suffered, but she had survived. Mitchell realized too late that money could not buy the love he had taken for granted, nor could it undo the pain he caused. He had all the wealth in the city, but none of the joy of life. Children's laughter, the warmth of a wife, the comfort of family, all these were gone, stolen by his own choices and by the curse of a pure heart he had betrayed. In the end, Mitchell sat alone in the big house, looking at the empty rooms, listening to the silence. The city lights shone outside his windows, but inside it was always night. He had wealth, yes, but no one to share it with. The streets he once walked with hope now seemed endless and empty. The dreams he chased with greed and fear had left him nothing but regret. Even his employees and friends turned away, one by one. The house was haunted by memory, by sorrow, by the echo of children who would never cry, and a love he could never reclaim. Mitchell's heart was heavy, but even heavier was the knowledge that he had caused his own suffering. He had loved, but he had been unfaithful. He had promised, but he had broken. He had wealth, but he had no life. And so Mitchell grew old, alone, wealthy and sorrowful, living in a city that was bright but cold, empty but full of memories of what could have been. No wife to call his own, no children to call father, and no one to share his life. His story became a silent warning to everyone. Love cannot be bought, promises cannot be broken without consequence, and pure hearts carry power that no wealth can destroy. Chica remained in the village, quiet, strong and free, carrying the weight of betrayal in her heart, but also the peace of forgiveness. She lived a full life, respected by all, and never needed the city lights to remind her of her worth. Mitchell, on the other hand, remained a shadow of the boy she once loved, a cautionary tale whispered in Dondo village for years to come. And that was the end. Wealth without love, promises without keeping, and life without the warmth of family. Mitchell had everything, yet he had nothing.